Hello, this is Mac Payne, the originator, owner, and operator of the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast, where we bring you news about the Vietnam War and the brave veterans who served there, as told to you by yours truly, a Vietnam veteran. I do this podcast for one reason and one reason only: to help the nation show more appreciation for its Vietnam veterans. The Vietnam veteran generation is as great as any that ever heeded the call of duty from its country. Apparently, a lot of people are not aware of that, so I started this podcast to help let them know. In this video, I want to let you know I just published another episode of the podcast. It's episode 3185. I highly encourage you to go over there and listen to it. It is about Vietnam veteran Dennis Fisher, who served in the U.S. Marines. He went over and started out as a rifleman. 6 months later, they put him in the combat photography section of his division over there. Apparently, he exhibited skill as a photographer. So, as it said in the story that I shared on that podcast episode, is Dennis Fisher, when he went into combat, he had to decide if he was going to reach up and grab his rifle or reach up and grab his camera. It is a very good story I share on that podcast episode. It's all about Dennis Fisher, who today lives in Battleground, Washington. Battleground, if you're not familiar with it, sits just north of Vancouver, Washington, right down in the southwestern corner of the state. Anyway, it's in the southwestern corner of Washington. In that episode, I share a story with you that they wrote about him up in the local paper, up there in his hometown. The story was about his service in the Marines and why he wrote this book, and then a look at the book. Now, the book is titled Then All Hell Broke Loose. I'd like to let you know that that book has been added to the official Vietnam Veteran News recommended reading list. I encourage you to get a copy of it and read it because it is good. I made it easy for you. If you go over to the podcast website, VietnamVeteranNews.com, check out episode 3185. There you will find a handy link where you can click on it and be reading that book in no time. Now, I made it easy for you to find that episode right down below this video. In the details box down there is a link that'll take you straight to it. Right above that link will be another link. I wish you would look at it and do me a favor. Buy me a coffee. That's right. Click on that and you can buy me 1 cup of coffee. You can buy 2 or 3 if you'd like. I put that in there because I've been running this podcast for 12 years. I am the originator, the owner, and the operator. I pay for everything, all the expenses, all these years I've been paying for. And so I decided, it'd be awfully nice if maybe some of my listeners would help me out a little bit. You can do that by buying me a cup of coffee. There's a link there in the details for this video. Click on Buy Me a Coffee, and you can buy me 1 cup, 2 cups, 3, whatever you want. Buy me 100 if you like. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you buy me 1 cup, I'll take the money and go down to Dee's place in Sebring and have a cup of coffee because they put out good coffee there. I've been going to that restaurant for about 20 years now, and it's a good one. If you're ever in Sebring, Florida, and you're looking for a nice, locally owned, local restaurant, check out Dee's right in downtown, right near the circle. You'd enjoy it. Now, I'm on this video to let you know that this podcast episode is up. It's a good one. And I really would appreciate it if you would go and see it, because if you do, you're going to be as happy as I was after I heard this story. It's a good one. When Dennis was growing up, he got interested in photography. So was his father. His father helped him and even helped him build a darkroom so they could develop their own pictures back in the day. It's automatic now. But because of that, he developed a big interest in photography. And when he got to Vietnam, even though he was an infantryman over there getting shot at all the time, he liked to take pictures. And apparently he was so good at it, he was put in this picture taking detachment, or maybe I should say combat photography detachment of the Marine division that he was in over there. He took a lot of good pictures. You're going to find out when you listen to this podcast episode, you're going to find out all about his pictures and what the government has done to honor him and about his new book. So do yourself a favor, go over and check it out. Now, I made it easy for you. All you've got to do is go down below, check on the link of the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast. It'll take you straight to that episode. But before you do that, please check on the link. Buy a cup or two for me. I would really appreciate it. So with that in mind, thank you for looking at this video, and please go over and check out episode 3185, where I talk about Vietnam veteran Dennis Fisher, his photographs, and his new book. I also encourage you to get a copy of that book. You'd be glad you did, and so would Dennis Fisher. He would really be glad you did. With that in mind, go down below, buy me a coffee, and then go over to the podcast website and check out episode 3185 about Dennis Fisher, Marine Vietnam veteran. And thank you for listening.